Are you looking for a fresh take on a classic shape? If so, let me throw an idea your way, and that is a granny square afghan with a little bit of a, un, a non-traditional color. So for this Christmas afghan, which you can still see is still a whip, I have my hook here to keep working on it. This afghan is the sister afghan to the other one I made. So I made a more traditional granny square afghan, and I am cuddled up under it right now. It is this lovely, lovely lady. And you can see it's a very traditional red and green, and then kind of the what is that called? Rick-rack almost look to the border with the 2 rows of granny stitches and then single stitches for the final border. And I think it turned out just absolutely lovely for a very traditional Christmas feel. It is my, it was originally intended for my youngest, but ended up being for me. So I love it. I love cozying up to it. But for my oldest, I was looking for a favorite color, and her favorite color since she was a tiny tot has been pink. So this was an easy one. I knew we were going to use a pink with Christmas colors and that it would probably go with all of her Christmas decor. She has a pink flocked tree, a pink tinsel tree. She does all the traditional things but with a pink spin on them, and she loves it. So this was basically a no-brainer for picking a color background. I went with exactly the opposite approach here. So where on this one I did the green center for 2 rows and then the red, on this I did the opposite and I did red and green, and my thought was just, 2 girls, one of them will have red in the center, the other one green, and that it wasn't much thought to it beyond that. But I really do love the red and green color, and without white, it really gives it kind of a fresh, modern feel. I feel like the white would have given it a little more traditional feel to it, but with just the solid pink, it really gives it a fresh take. But then my favorite part of this blanket make has been this border, and I'm going to try to show some of the close-up detail. It's a bobble border, but every single stitch is twisted on itself in a pattern in a really lovely way. So it's just a continuous twist, which, let me tell you, for the maker, that means your ball of yarn down in your sack gets a little twisted as well. So make sure that as you go, you occasionally untangle, because otherwise you can end up with quite a mess. I speak from experience here. Ask me how I know. So this has been an absolute pain in the tuchus to create this border, but the effect is absolutely stunning. So with the red in the center and the green on the edges, and then the one thing I almost wish I had done different was to do 2 stitches in between this one like I did here. This kind of gives it a rick-rack look, which I just find super fun for this border, where it goes the 2 stitches and then the 2 background and then the 2 green. And on this, with it just being the 2, 1, 2, it's more of the pop of color and less of the rick-rack look, in my opinion. And I love the rick-rack look. I think this still looks really nice. I'm certainly not going to take it out and change it at this point, but going back, that's probably what I would have done differently. So this border, little bobbles, they are such a fun little add. I probably wouldn't add them if this was for a baby or if there was a baby in the house, but they're pretty sturdy. They're not coming off anytime soon. And I don't know if you can really see them very well. They did turn out quite nice. So highly recommend if you're looking for kind of a fresh take on a classic design with this granny square motif. Highly recommend picking your own favorite color and going for that for Christmas.